Let me begin with a question that sounds simple and is not. What is real? You think you know, but I am going to show you that the thing you call reality has quietly been replaced and that almost no one noticed the day it happened. There is an old fable about an empire whose mapmakers drew a map so perfect, so detailed, that it covered the entire territory, point for point. The map was as big as the world, and Baudrillard says, "Today, something stranger has happened. The map came first, and the territory rotted away beneath it. We are now living on the map." He called it the desert of the real. Think about it. The financial markets don't reflect the economy, they generate it. The polls don't measure public opinion, they create it. The model comes first now, and reality scrambles to catch up. The copy no longer imitates the original. There is no original left. There is only the copy, and we have agreed to call it the world. This is his word, simulation. Not a lie, not a fake, something far more unsettling. A copy with no original behind it. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So let me take you through how it happened, step by step. An image, a sign, a picture of the world, it dies in 4 stages, and we are living in the 4th. Let me walk you down the staircase. Stage 1. The image is a faithful reflection, a portrait that truly looks like the person. The sign points honestly at something real. Stage 2, the image distorts reality. Propaganda, advertising, the truth is still back there, but the image bends it. And here you can still fight back. You can expose the distortion because there is still a truth to defend. But stage 3 is where it turns dark. The image now hides that there is nothing underneath at all. The politician performs democracy where no real power lives. The influencer performs authenticity where there is no self behind the face. The mask pretends there is a face beneath it. There is not. And stage 4, where we live now, the image gives up the pretense entirely. It no longer refers to any reality. It refers only to other images. It is its own truth. And here is the vertigo. It is not true and it is not false. Those words stop working. You cannot ask, is it real anymore? The question has lost its meaning. That is the world you woke up in this morning. Let me give you the example that made him famous. Disneyland. You think you know what it's for. A fantasy, a children's dream, a fake little world you visit and then leave, returning to the real one. Wrong. Its purpose is the exact opposite. Baudrillard says Disneyland exists to make you believe that everything outside it is real. It is presented as the fake, cartoonish, obvious, a designated illusion, so that when you drive home through the city, past the billboards and the offices and the shopping malls, you think that, at least, is real. Disneyland is the decoy. But the city is a simulation too. The suburbs, the commerce, the performance of ordinary life, all of it, a hyper-real arrangement of signs. Disneyland is not more fake than the rest of America. It is simply more honest about it. It is the one place that admits what it is. And this is the trick that runs the whole system. Every society needs a designated fake so that everything around it can pass as true. Ask yourself quietly tonight, what is the Disneyland in your life? What obvious illusion are you shown so that you'll never question the rest? Here is a sentence Baudrillard wrote in 1981, before the internet, before the phone in your pocket. He said, "We live in a world with more and more information and less meaning." He was not complaining that the news lies to you. His claim is far worse than that. We were all promised that more information would mean more understanding, more channels, more voices, more access, more data. Surely that makes a wiser world. You have lived the experiment now. You hold infinite information in your hand. Do you feel wiser or do you feel drowned? Because information does not create meaning, it devours it. The news does not inform you, it produces the sensation of being informed. The feed does not connect you, it stages connection and leaves you emptier. It is not that there is too little signal. It is that the noise and the signal have become the same thing, pouring out at the same speed, until meaning simply exhausts itself and dies. And how do the masses respond? Not with revolt, with something Baudrillard found more mysterious: total absorption. We don't believe the media and we don't disbelieve it. We float in it, the way you float in weather, silent, saturated, awake to everything, and moved by nothing. Let me show you why this frightened him. Why simulation is not just a clever idea, but a kind of perfect crime. Consider the difference between pretending and simulating. If you pretend to be sick, you lie down, but you are not ill. The truth is intact underneath. But if you simulate illness, you produce the actual symptoms: real fever, real pain, from nothing. Now the symptoms are real, but the illness is not. And every system we have built runs on the assumption that a symptom points to a real cause: medicine, law, justice. What happens to a court when a crime can be perfectly simulated? What happens to truth when the fake produces all the evidence of the real? The whole machinery of true and false seizes up. This is why power fears simulation more than it fears any rebellion. A rebel still believes in the real. He just wants a different one. But the simulator dissolves the ground everyone is standing on. He commits the perfect crime, one where the categories needed to even name the crime have quietly disappeared. And here is the reversal that should unsettle you. You are not standing safely outside this, watching. You are inside it. Your memories curated for an audience, your feelings half performed for a camera that is always implied. The self you present, is there still an original underneath it? Or have you, too, become a beautiful copy of something that was never there? So where does this leave us? If there is no real left to return to, no truth under the images, is this just despair? Baudrillard was called a nihilist his whole life, and near the end he said, yes, but not the nihilism you think. The old despair still believed something precious had been lost. God, meaning value. His was calmer and stranger. Not a world plunged into darkness, but one flooded with too much light. Everything visible, everything available, endlessly reproduced, and therefore nothing weighty, nothing hidden, nothing worth the ache of seeking. Not a tragic emptiness, a banal one. And he refused to sell you a way out, because every solution is another product. Claim you found the truth beneath the illusion. That's just one more illusion. Claim you stand outside it. That's the oldest fantasy of all. There is no exit. He would not lie to you about that. But this is not giving up. He offered something harder. He called it the passion of not knowing. To move through the world of signs with your eyes open. To refuse the comfort of easy certainty and easy despair alike. To stay awake inside the dream, knowing it is a dream. And to look anyway, with honesty, with a clear and unflinching mind. The real may not be coming back. The flood of images will not recede. But there is one thing they cannot counterfeit. A mind that knows where it stands and refuses to pretend otherwise. In a world of endless copies, lucidity itself becomes the last rebellion. So do not ask to be told what is real. Learn to stand clear-eyed where that question used to live and see what you become there.